Hello and welcome to Euphoria. Today I'm going to be building this Lego set from the Harry Potter Wizarding World series. It's set 76388, Hogsmeade Village Visit. It represents two buildings from the village of Hogsmeade, which appears in several of the Harry Potter books and films. I'll be doing this build in two parts. In this video I'll build Honeydukes sweet shop and its accessories, and in a second part, which I'll link to below, I'll build the Three Broomsticks, which is the tavern. Hogsmeade appears frequently throughout the Harry Potter story, and during the Prisoner of Azkaban it's deep in snow. So the models in this set have white bases and snow on the roofs and around the base. There are some accessories to form a scene, such as a lamppost, bench and a signboard, and there are 7 minifigures representing characters from the story. As a snowy scene, it would make an excellent addition to a winter village. But I bought this set because I like the look of the buildings. Although I'm not a great Harry Potter fan, I think this is a great looking build that could be developed into something else. So I want these buildings, or some modification of them, as additions to the old town area of my Lego city. I'll start with the build of Honeydukes. It's a sweet shop selling all kinds of magical sweets, but it could be a traditional shop building selling anything really. There are 6 bags in this set and 2 instruction books, and instruction book 1 and bags 1, 2 and 3 cover the making of Honeydukes. As usual for my builds, I will sort out and lay out the parts before starting so that I'm familiar with the elements used for the build. This is called knolling, and if you want to find out more about it, see my videos on the topic. There's a link in the card above and in the description below. Now this looks like a useful selection of parts. Of course they're mostly parts suitable for a building, in useful realistic colours like medium nougat, greys and some sand green and bright green. So this is going to be a pretty small building. It's built on a set of white building plates instead of a base plate, which are 18 studs wide, although the building itself is only about 16 studs wide. The base plates are white, representing snow, which is great for a winter building and would be nice for a winter village, but I think if I'm going to use this building in my Lego city, I'll probably want to replace these with some other building plates or just build the building onto a base plate. It is at least built straight and square, apart from these rounded base plates at the bottom, which is good, rather than some of the other buildings like the Santa's Visit building, which is all built at funny angles. And I do rather like the black and white tiled interior for the building. There's some nice details for the window displays and the shelves for the shop. Putting the large clear stickers with the window panes onto clear cylinder pieces was quite tricky, but I found that if you rolled it off the sticker sheet and got it aligned at the beginning, it works pretty well. I'm not going to apply the Honeydukes stickers, which are pink with green lettering, as I haven't decided what I actually want this building to be just yet. So here on the sides you can see there are these elements with a rail and these tiles and these teeth pieces representing snow overhanging, which stick out beyond the side of the building, and there are some on the other side as well. So actually this building is slightly wider as it's built than the straight 16 studs. So if I was going to make this into a modular building at 16 studs wide, I would need to remove some of these pieces at the side. So now we get to the parts from bag 2, which includes the wedge plates to make the sloping roof. First we add plates to the lower floor on which the upstairs part is built. There's no separation layer to allow the top half to be taken off like you get in a modular building, so that's something I'd want to add to the build. The roof has these two sections made of angular plates which clip on, and the nice snow effect made out of these white plates, but of course you could always just remove those if you didn't want to have the snow effect on the roof. The roof sections clip on at a rather steep angle on the sides like this. Lastly is bag 3, which provides the rest of the roof. Rather oddly, the rest of the parts for the downstairs part of the shop and the parts for the accessory scenes. The front sections of the roof are made in a similar way with triangular plates, and they have the similar snow effect at the bottom, and they clip on in the same way to meet the angle of the side panels of the roof. There's a kind of cone shaped section of roof that goes over the dormer window, and that finishes off the build of the roof. I have to say that although there are some clever bits of the way that this roof works, the way that it fits round the angles of the dormer window here, I think at the top it's much less successful. There's a big gap here, some big gaps at the corners here, and really it looks like it hasn't quite been finished off. Then there are one or two more details for the downstairs, like the weighing machine and the gumball machine. Again, these involve putting clear stickers onto clear pieces, which can be a bit tricky. But the result when they're in place is quite satisfying. Finally, there are two chimneys of different sizes, which sort of make sense positionally and kind of help to cover up some of the gaps in the roof line. So that's the build of Honeydukes complete, and also with these bags you get a few extra parts for the accessories, and these make little snowy scenes of a lamppost with some snow on top, a bench and a kind of signboard which is meant to have this sticker put on both sides of the glass. But again, I'm going to hold off putting the stickers on for now. And that is the build of Honeydukes complete. I quite like this design. It makes quite a nice traditional style building with distinctive curved old-fashioned shop windows with small panes of glass and a green door. It has an interesting shape with the double-fronted layout, the dormer window and the angled roofline. It's not quite symmetrical, with slight differences in the snow patterns, the chimneys and other minor details, which adds a bit of interest. But really it's only half a building. As usual for these types of sets, the building is made in doll's house style with an open back so that you can see the interior and of course play with the minifigs and interior details. As it's only a single story building with a steep roof and dormer window, it only has a small room upstairs with a small usable space. And as usual for these Lego doll's house style buildings, there's no staircase or other means of accessing the upstairs space. That's another thing that would have to be addressed to make this into a proper building. Much of the contents is represented by stickers on the inside of the panels to give the impression of a busy shop. But nevertheless, you get the nice little weighing machine and quite a few sweet items to represent the contents of the shop. The chimneys are kind of stuck on the roof, and this top part of the roof doesn't look quite right in my opinion. Nevertheless, it's a cute little building with a character of its own, and with the accessories it makes a nice winter scene that you could easily place in a winter village type of layout. Although the base is 18 studs wide, the building itself is really 16 studs wide. Although it's only 7 studs deep, with a bit of modification, it could easily form the front of a half modular building. So for me, I'll want to modify this little building to make it suitable for the Old Town area of my Lego city. That might mean changing the size or shape to make it into a modular building, or changing it completely. It will certainly need a back, and that probably means some work on the roof as well. But I think this building, together with the 3 broomsticks, could be the basis for 1 or 2 interesting mocks, and that's the reason I've got this set. I'm less bothered about the minifigures, but then I'm not that keen on having Harry Potter characters in my Lego city. What do you think about this set? Please let me know what you would do with it in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Look out for the video about the 3 broomsticks, and subscribe to this channel if you want to see more videos about Lego and my Lego city.